Hello, friends. In light of everything that's happened in our nation over the course of the last week, I felt like I needed to say something to you about it. You know, I'm a pastor, not a politician, and I really don't want to talk politics with you. As far as I'm concerned, discussing politics as your pastor with you is destructive to my number one purpose. And my number one purpose is to discover how things are between you and the God who made you. I really want for you to know the grace of Jesus Christ. I really want to try to communicate to you the faith and grace that I've experienced in my life in hopes that you may have that same faith and grace in your life. So I don't talk about politics. I guess you know that. I got to say to you, though, the things that have happened in the course of the last week have been pretty uh, discouraging, heartbreaking, even appalling to me. And I think that our nation is really struggling to find a way forward. And so I just wanted to chat with you about what I hope we might be able to resolve together as Christians as a way to sort of begin to mitigate or manage this terrible division that seems to be really embroiling our country. May I suggest to you that we could begin first by being willing to listen to each other. We are so eager to speak and even sometimes scream at each other and hurt each other and confront each other that we've lost the skill of listening. Let people speak. But if we're going to be willing to listen to each other, we have to be willing to engage in conversation instead of confrontation. If you want somebody to listen to you, the last thing they want is for you to be screaming at them. So there's two sides to this coin. We need to be good listeners, but we need to be thoughtful speakers who are not punctuating all we do with accusations and name calling and anger and demands. We need to be able to talk over the issues, and there are legitimate issues to be discussed. We need to do it in a way that's productive, in which we are willing to speak and listen in a civil, loving way. And I think that is a sort of a way of saying that we need to be a little more tolerant of other points of view, at least tolerant enough to be able to listen without overreaction. And maybe the most important part of this is the part I left till last. As your pastor, I'm suggesting to you, indeed, I'm begging you, to listen to the voice of God before you speak or listen, especially with respect to these controversial issues. There are folks in this nation who have concerns that need to be discussed, they need to be aired, we need to make decisions together about what is the appropriate response. Screaming and yelling at each other isn't it? I think if we stop, take a breath, listen to what God has to say to us before we go forward, we might discover it's possible for us to embrace love as a value and put this division somehow behind us. We need to be patient with each other. More than anything else, as I started to say, listen for the voice of God in your life before you speak. Listen to what Jesus has to say. Jesus, who put the value of love above all else. Love God, love each other, make disciples. Is what we're doing right now loving God and loving each other and seeking to carry the truth of Jesus into the lives of all who need it? Something to think about, friends. Where do you stand on this issue? Are you being patient? Are you willing to listen? Are you willing to speak in a way that does not drive people apart? To speak in a way that's conversational and kind, not confrontational and mean? Go God's way. Love God. Love each other. We can change the world. God bless you, friends. I hope you're well.